I need to check if it's recording or... Welcome! I'm kind of flexing right now. I mean, well, it's not the greatest collection, but at least it gives me a head start. I mean, I have plenty of stuff over here. Huh? So what's the point of having all of this? And why are you not in your tiny room? You are in your dirty kitchen table. It's because we don't use it things of London. Oh well, at the beginning I wanted to do a small stupid video of me just organizing all of these tones in an orderly fashion by alphabet, like I have on my computer. But then I just had an idea. I don't have a script. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. To be honest, I just went down, got all my stuff, and got the camera, and I was like, okay, Christian, what are you gonna do? Oh, Christian, no. That's my power word, Trauson. To be honest, most people call me Trauson anyways. Obviously, I'm a GM, and no, this is not a Dungeon Master costume that I did. Is for the Summoner cosplay that I have from League of Legends, but it fits the Dungeon Master. So, what the fuck am I gonna do with this? To be honest, I don't know what to do. this is not the most interesting video. At the beginning I thought it was a great idea. Maybe why all this mumbo jumbo stuff? I don't have any books because I have them in PDF. It's way easier and easier to construct than having to carry like 15 books around. Well, I mean, I have these boxes filled with poems that literally some of them they are like, ugh. Now I got an idea. I know what I'm gonna talk about. Why you should play any kind of role-playing game. I don't know. I think this video it might be just a big waste of your time and mine. Maybe I could tell some D&D stories. Maybe I could not. Maybe I could just do a small map. I put the pawns all over, and they are all of them. They will be like oops. Maybe just I'm bored. I played too much League of Legends lately. I'm gonna go back to work next week. Well, at least the second round is coming soon. I hope. I would prefer to stay at home and get paid than going to work. All of this, it had to start somewhere, right? Let me tell you a story. The story on how I got properly introduced to Dungeons and Dragons. I think it was, I could say around when I was 8 years old or something like that. My neighbors, they would come and they would play on our playground because we had a big one. So all the neighbors, they would gather around and they started with a Lord of the Rings game. Then they did their own homebrew of Dragon Ball Z, and then they just stopped. They started playing video games like Baldur's Gate, Icewind Dale, but they never let me play. Sadly, I wanted to play so badly, but you know, I had to be the kid who had to look on the side. But once I grew up a bit, and I think I was around 10, 11, I think, no, 12, 13, around that. I was playing, because back in the day in Spain, around 2002, something like that, yeah. And this is how the origin on why I used the nickname of Trauson as well. During that era, we had to go to an internet lounge, internet cafe, however you say it in English. We were playing real tournament. In the 90s, I think the adults didn't give a fuck about what we were watching or playing. I mean, you just need to see all our old cartoons and everything. It was a good time to grow up, to be a kid in the 90s. I met a group of people. I think that's how I got my interest in the, like, recording at the beginning. I mean, I was just a kid that was trying to have a group of friends of similar likes, because things happen in high school. Maybe I will tell you another time. We started hanging around, not only to go to play on real tournament. We were just, like for example, this kid, I forgot his name, but I got a couple of good friends from that era that they lasted till this very day. I didn't see them in a while because I'm mainly living over here in London. So we were recording films. I mean, we were doing a very, very bad Metal Gear Solid movie. And we were just recording. It was something that we took a like of. And we were just basically doing a kind of parody. There was no YouTube, there was no internet, there was nothing. I don't know. For fuck's sake. Just hold on. want to stand up and fight. Everything started with a lot of the rings. There was a lot of heavy fantasy clerics going around that era. We had, I think it was the beginning of the Harry Potter series as well. And then we decided to play a Dungeons and Dragons game, a advanced Dungeons and Dragons game, because 3.0, it was just released, or it was at least released for at least a year or something like that. They just released it. My memory is a bit vague. We decided to play a D&D game. I mean, my character sheet was with DM. It was someone from our group, and they decided to play on the guy who the camera suddenly stopped. Oof, I need to lose weight. We were over there, and I mean, my first character was an elf cleric, so typical. And they told me, you need to come with a name, you cannot copy any name. So I was thinking, and then suddenly it came to my mind. And then Trauson. I used to call myself the Squall for that time, because Final Fantasy VIII. And then just Trauson came by, and that's how I stuck with the name. I liked it, it was catchy for me. So my first game, I don't remember the contents. I think we were just going to go around. And I think his mother joined in at some point. His mother was trying to be mean with me because I decided to be a cleric. And I didn't understand why. I think she was an atheist or something, and I don't care. The only thing that I remember from that game, they killed my character by farting on it constantly. I got so frustrated that I got my notebook, because I had my notebook with my character sheet and everything and notes. I went and started slamming it against my head, because then they decided to resurrect me as a dwarf. I know it was a dick move from them, and then I think I never played with them again. It wasn't my first experience, but I liked it so much. It was around that time that they had also released Neverwinter Nights. I think that's how I got introduced to. That's my first story of Dungeons and Dragons, but not the last one. I think after that I tried to join other games, but without many success, until later on in my life I started doing it on especially when I got internet on my house, on the Neverwinter Nights game. I think around 2008, 2007, 2009 is when I started DMing. At the beginning, well, it was kind of forced thing, because no one wanted to DM, so I step in and say, okay, I'll DM. And to be honest, being a DM is fantastic. I mean, you have the potential to bring joy and happiness, and just having orchestrate everything to have a good time with everyone. I think that's the beauty of the DM. I don't think that being a power hungry. I used to sometimes when they ask me what's your role in the game, if I'm God, I tell them I'm God, because that word is the easiest way to explain everything, and I think it's very accurate in a way, because God means creator. You wanna play with me? D&D? Well, D&D, as you can see, most things I have is, I mean, all my material is Pathfinder, first edition. I know that there is the second edition, I want to check it out. I really like to complicate things for myself. I'm having a well-structured game where you can be whatever you want to be, not like in 5.0, which is not my cup of tea. I tried here, but it's not my cup of tea. Maybe soon, because I don't believe in going over Discord. If I want to do an RP session, I would prefer it to be like in a game like Neverwinter Nights over the internet, because it gives you some kind of freedom, removes the less tricky parts of the game, like having to, for example, do... Oh, perfect. And then with the artworks are amazing. Mapping, doing the terrain, putting all the thingies, also visualizing the concept. You know what I mean? There is a lot of things that will be perfectly understandable to just resume. Here you have your basic tavern, blah blah blah. So yeah, probably once the lockdown is over, I will try to do a kind of... I know that there is a couple of like places like Dark Sphere, but like my Madhouse, I'm pretty sure that there is some clubs as well. But I never understood the concept of charging for a table in a way, but at the same time I can understand why they do it here. Like in Spain, when I used to go to these kind of stores, all the tables, they were filled with people, they were playing Magic the Gathering, they were playing 140k, even every single day. And over here, every single time that I went to that, not every single time, but a lot of times that I went to Dark Sphere or Magic Madhouse, I think it's because it's another type of like life, but I felt it's so empty. Like, where's the soul of this? This is just a way to do a transaction and everything. It's over the internet, there is no people on the store, you cannot actually go to be like... Unless you play a trading card game like Magic the Gathering in Dark Sphere, they actually have a lot of people playing just Magic the Gathering there every single day. But playing Magic the Gathering is very, very, very expensive. I was thinking on, just because someone gave me the idea, Dusky's World. He's a cool guy. So Dusky said that D&D Club or Meltdown. I was thinking on just once the lockdown is over, because I'm just literally having these ones and spend like, let's say some money. So having a lot of stuff, it might be problematic to move around unless you do it on your own, but we don't have a living room here, the usual thing, and my room obviously it doesn't have a garden or anything like that. But when I used to live in my official first house in London, I actually had a living room and my early friends here, which I used to play with Pathfinder. We were playing the Rise of the Rune Lords campaign because they were new, blah blah blah. Then they jumped to 5e. They say Pathfinder it's a bit complicated, but I can understand why. Then they realized, blah blah blah, long story. And they still want to play with me, but I didn't have time, work issues, and you know the deal. Life.
This letter to me tells me where to go. A clock shop down on Midland Road. Patented by whom? A friend or a foe? In time, my dear boy.